Good morning, BHS. I'm Jacob, and these are your morning announcements. Here is the Pledge of Allegiance.
May everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For students signed up to go on the Japan trip in 2027, there will be a meeting in Mr. Kane's room 118, tonight at 6 p.m. We will be going over some information about the culture of the country and information on travel documents you may need to start getting prepared. Pre-ordered yearbooks can be picked up today during magic time outside of Miss Week's room 8204. Extra yearbooks will be on sale Thursday, May 29th for $65 and can be purchased in the main office with cash or check made payable to Barberton High School. We have some videos for you today. Our first video is Phasey and Phasig with a debate over vacation or staycation. Let's check it out.
All right. Welcome back to our final installment. Installment.
Words are hard, Mr. Phasig. Words are hard today.
I believe it's
because he's nervous.
Installment of Phasey versus Phasig, which really hasn't been much of a competition. Obviously, I've won all of these.
Nope.
But
easy, Donald.
The last, it's going to be huge. This one is the last topic here is going to be staycation versus vacation.
Yes.
For your summer plans. So I'm going to hand it off to Mr. Phasey, and he can frame his incorrect argument.
So, I was thinking about, because we just heard about this question. We just had the senior clap out, and I kept thinking, man, what better place to go, after I graduate from high school, or maybe I'm in my sophomore year. I'm getting ready. I'm finally getting old enough to maybe get my driver's license.
Wait, you haven't graduated from high school yet?
You shut your mouth.
You're the one
that
just said it.
Phasig, pay attention. Where else would I want to be but the beach? Putting suntan lotion on, drinking a cold Gatorade, maybe some sweet tea, maybe an Arnold Palmer, little lemonade, little tea mix. Waking up when I want to, drinking coffee on the veranda. Just.
You don't even know what veranda is.
It's like a porch, right? See? Boom. I win. But yes, who you can't take the money with you. You gotta go set sail away with me on a vacation. Preferably a beach vacation, if I'm being honest, and you need to go to Destin. Where does he go? Myrtle Beach.
We're actually going to Destin this year.
Oh, finally, wised up. So what's your opinion then there, Chubbs?
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Doesn't he look like a human thumb? Look at his forehead.
See, this is like what you have to, because you're not smart enough to actually argue with me.
That's fake news, baby. That's fake news.
You got to go to. So I would say this. Like, look, I think there is some validity in going on vacation. I mean,
make a memory.
I don't think it's,
you can't take it with you.
I'll be honest with you. There's
you have
not
children.
An emotional part to that, though. Like it's cool to just go. Like, I think it's nice. I mean, I'm not worried about. Like, I don't have to go somewhere to make a memory.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you the same guy that on your honeymoon you stopped at Fort Sumter?
That was something my wife wanted to do.
Sure. Fort Sumter, guys, he's on his honeymoon. What are we supposed to be doing on our honeymoon, folks?
Supposed to be apparently making memories?
Exactly. Not Fort Sumter. That's in the past. We need to live in the present. That's why it's called present.
Oh, God. It's so...
Like a vacation. Live in the moment, folks.
Dude, I just don't... Like, why do you have to go somewhere and spend a ton of money in order to make a memory? You have to do that? So there are no memories when you're at home? None? Zero memories?
Hold my badge.
You ain't gonna do nothing?
You're lucky. You're lucky Murins is gonna hear this.
Yeah, well.
Because I'll wrap you in the mouth.
You're not gonna do nothing. I'm not gonna do a thing.
You know what's good for you. You shut your yapper.
I'll keep going.
You need to go on vacation, make a memory, and as always, I win. As always, I win.
You're just trying to take my stuff now. If I would argue staycations can be just as good as a vacation, especially if you care about
or if you don't have a
any
heart.
money.
If you don't have a heart, you don't have a soul.
Or you don't
Go ahead,
mind
rob the memory from your child.
having some money and a limited amount of debt. So, all right, that's it.
That was a personal attack.
That was probably a really good debate there. That was interesting. So, you said you prefer vacation,
Yeah.
staycation. I grew up; it was all staycation. We didn't go on vacations growing up. My parents, like if it was, I think it's called the Werther's Museum down near New Philly or Bolivar. That was my type of vacations. My mom was an elementary teacher, so everything had to be educational. Okay, just a reminder, tomorrow and Friday, exam schedule. Tomorrow you have your first, third, your 4-5 or 5-6, whatever you have, and a ninth period. We're done at noon. On Friday, you have your second, 6-7 or 7-8, and then you have your 10th, and we're done at 11. Makeup exams is from 11 till about 2:35. Day ends 11 o'clock for students unless making up exams. After exam, students take Chromebooks to collection sites. Juniors, your collection site is the Distance Learning Lab. It's down at the very end of the hallway, first floor, all the way down there by Mr. Francis's, right past the cosmetology. Sophomores will be in the media center, and freshmen will be in the teacher workroom. Please have your Chromebook. Make sure it's charged so we can check it. I do have a magic message from Marco Carlucci, helping out with graduation. He went above and beyond in many aspects, even asking what he could do to help multiple times, and that's from Ms. Boyd. Today's lunch, I think, although it says it's supposed to be homemade grilled cheese, is probably going to be closer to potluck. You're going to be lucky to whatever they have left over, although I think their grilled cheese are pretty good. So students, let's finish strong. You don't have a whole lot of time. Let's finish strong. Let's come back next year. And I want everyone to, this will probably be my last time getting on announcements, but you will hear me. I want you all to have a safe and happy, relaxing summer break, okay? We'll see you in the halls.
Okay. With school getting ready to end, they wanted to do some summer safety tips for teens. One of the biggest things is water safety. Everybody goes swimming, or they go out to a lake, or they go fishing. Never go by yourself, especially if you can't swim or you're not good at swimming. Always go with friends or someone else. Don't go out too far in the water. Every summer we have teens that drown in lakes or at pools, and we don't want that to happen. So just be smart around the water. And the biggest thing is don't be by yourself. If you're at a lake or you're somewhere, have a friend. Make sure you're staying together so someone can get help. And obviously, in the summer months it's hot, so stay hydrated. Know that there's curfew all summer long in the city of Barberton. It's 11 o'clock, so if you're out past 11 and you're under 18, you can get in trouble for curfew, but it's not about getting in trouble, it's about your safety. Nothing really good happens after 11 o'clock, so unless you're coming home from work or a school event or an athletic event, you should be inside. Fireworks is another big thing. One, they're illegal in the city of Barberton to be going, causing a disturbance and things like that, because people do call. But more importantly, again, it's about safety. If you are going to do fireworks, make sure you're handling them proper, read the instructions, and again, have other people around, and just make smart choices and have a safe summer. So we're all back here in August, because I know all of you are excited to to get back here next August. So other than that, just be safe out there.
Those were some great tips, and now the next video is Lexington with their last video game update of the year.
So this is the end, the final video. Last one you saw was a What Games Have I Played special, where I talked about one game. I intended those to be a monthly special, but things happened, and it's been a month since I made the last video. I did make one video since, but it was awful, so you didn't see it. I did have a lot of fun doing these. I felt like iCarly from the show Carly. So, welcome back to the monthly What Games Have I Played special. These are getting less and less special. This time I'm talking about 5 games. At least it's better than 1. What's the... Not another Sonic game. Sonic CD was the first game I played when I made this video. Admittedly, as someone who likes Sonic, I don't care about the classic games as much as everyone else does. I played through all of them, well, except Sonic CD until recently. It's just that I haven't really replayed them. So, what do I think about Sonic Vinyl? I mean, it's a classic Sonic game. It's good. He's back again. What? We're gonna get to the bottom of this today. Anyways, back to Sonic 8-Track. Sonic Cassette isn't my favorite classic Sonic game. In fact, I'd say it's my least favorite. It's kind of maze-like with its level design. Trying to go for the good future was really annoying, so I didn't do it. I just gave up. You don't even need to do it to beat the game. It reminds me of that one image with the giant hamster labyrinth. It's kind of unwieldy, but it's a classic Sonic game. It's still pretty fun. It's the first game with Metal Sonic and Amy. I mean, it's kind of odd that they came from here when that game was kind of in obscurity until it got a re-release. Sonic Betamax is interesting. I'd recommend playing it if you like 2D platformers. I'm not giving scores anymore because I'm bad at doing them. I've given too many things 7 out of 10. How about you come to your own conclusion? After that, I played Mega Man 3. If you're getting deja vu, I'm sorry, it's terminal. I don't actually have a lot to say on Mega Man 3. I mean, it's good. It's a hard game. It introduced Proto Man. I mean, it is difficult. It's a Mega Man game. I mean, it wasn't as hard as Mega Man Zero. That game took me months, but it definitely took a while to push through. I got disappointed you didn't get to fight Proto Man at the end, though. He just kind of shows up at the end of each stage and leaves you be after you hit him a few times. Maybe it happens in Mega Man 4, but I'm good on Mega Man for a bit. In terms of the Mega Man games I've played, I'd say it was a little better than Powered Up, but definitely not as good as Mega Man X. Up next, I played Half-Life. It wasn't my first time playing Half-Life, nor will it be the last. I mean, Half-Life is one of the most influential games of all time for a reason. It basically redefined narrative structure in games. It was one of the first games that really immersed you in a world. Nobody really cares about the story in Half-Life. I mean, there's definitely a story, but it's not as important as everyone says it was. I think the real thing that made this game more important was the long, unbroken campaign. Sure, Unreal did it before this, but Half-Life did it better. It really put you in a world like no other FPS game did before, or video game for that matter. And it does not work as well as it did 25 years ago. I don't know, this game's just a little too goofy to take seriously nowadays. Half-Life 2 did a serious storyline way better. Also, the Zen levels are atrocious. I never play them when I play this game, and I play this game quite a bit. Okay, Portal 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. I love this game. I'm gonna complain about it real quick. I feel like compared to Portal 1, this game really spoon-feeds you the story. It doesn't really let you soak everything in. I understand why they did this. Portal 1 is a lot more atmospheric compared to Portal 2, which is more comedic. I did play Portal 1 after this. Don't question my order. The real question is Portal 1 or 2 a better game? If you asked me this a few years ago, I would have said Portal 2, but honestly, right now, I feel like I'm more of a Portal 1 person. I'm not saying Portal 2 is bad. I mean, I literally just said it's one of my favorite games of all time. I think I just like Portal 1 more this time. Alright, we're getting to the bottom of this. It can't be. It was my good friend, one of the worst reviewed games of all time, Elf Bowling 1 and 2 for Game Boy Advance this whole time! I'd like to thank you all for letting me ramble on the announcements about games you don't care about. If you liked these, I imagine you'll like Scott the Woz, whose style I've been ripping off heavily. I've also been influenced by Cam Sandwich. If you remember the older videos where I was behind a desk, it was kind of like that. However, if you don't want good content, I have a real YouTube channel now. I have one video up about the Super Pocket as I record this. I might have a video about Google Stadia up at this point, but I won't bet on it. That's the end, bye.
Those were some great games that they talked about, and now have a great summer, BHS.
Have a great summer, BHS. Woo!
Okay.
Have a great summer, BHS.
Summer VHS.
Have a great summer, BHS.
Have a great summer, BHS.
Have a great summer, everybody at BHS.
Have a great summer, BHS.
Have a great summer, BHS.
Have a great summer, BHS.
Have a great summer VHS.
Have a great summer, BHS.